It's 11 trivia questions on movies featuring snow. This is Trivia with Buds. What it be, and welcome to another episode of the Trivia with Buds podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Buds. Thanks for checking out my show. Now, this show usually comes out every single day, but I am 3 days behind. We had an unfortunate death in my family. We lost my wife's grandpa, our Papa Glen, on Friday. So if you've been missing the show for 3 days, we've been dealing with all kinds of crazy stuff. And I will be posting an episode sometime in the next week or two, or whenever I get around to it, about our Papa. He was a really, really brilliant guy. And I have some cool audio of just videos we made together. He was an author. He published 6 books. You can look him up. Glen Stott, Glenstott. And he was just a very accomplished guy. And he will be very, very missed in our family, especially as a great granddad to our 2 kids. So if you've been wondering where the show's been at, that's where I've been. And I will try and post a bunch of episodes in the next few days to catch up. But that will happen from time to time. I do get backed up because of all life and all the things that go with it. But today's episode is going to be a fun one, guys. It's about movies with snow. Movies with snow. How well do you know these Arctic flicks? This was a round I used at my live trivia nights last week. I thought it was kind of fun. They're not all Christmassy movies, although a few of them might be. So some of them are, some of them are not. But you will get a kick out of trying to answer these movies that feature snow and snow-related things. So we're going to jump right into this episode. Not too long of an intro here for you. We're going to jump into this episode. You're going to play along. You can yell out the answers. You can write them down. Enjoy the podcast as you will. Here are 11 questions on movies with snow. Here we go. All right, we are starting this episode off with a bang in the form of Liam Neeson. Question number 1, movies with snow. Liam Neeson fights off a bunch of wolves. What movie would that be featuring a bunch of snow? Question number 1, Liam Neeson fights off a bunch of wolves. Question number 2, Kate Winslet and Cameron Diaz swap houses. Number 2, Kate Winslet and Cameron Diaz swap houses. Number 2. Question number 3, Sylvester Stallone as a mountain rescuer. Number 3, Sylvester Stallone as a mountain rescuer. Movies with snow. Number 3. Question number 4, a Nickelodeon film with Chevy Chase as a weatherman. One of my favorites. Number 4, a Nickelodeon film with Chevy Chase as a weatherman. Number 4. Question number 5, Kurt Russell and Company invite in the wrong dog. Number 5, Kurt Russell and Company invite in the wrong dog. What movie with snow is that? Number 5. Number 5. Question number 6, halfway through this quiz, here is number 6. A superstorm hits Jake Gyllenhaal and Dennis Quaid. Question number 6, a superstorm hits Jake Gyllenhaal and Dennis Quaid. Question number 7, Michael Keaton is a snowman. Number 7, Michael Keaton is a snowman. Question number 8, Billy Bob Thornton and Bill Paxton find $4 million in the woods. Number 8, I had to watch this in high school sociology class. Billy Bob Thornton and Bill Paxton find $4 million in the woods. Question number 9, vampires terrorize Barrow, Alaska. Number 9, vampires terrorize Barrow, Alaska. Number 9. Question number 10, Ryan Reynolds gets hot to try and get his high school crush. Number 10, Ryan Reynolds gets hot to try and get his high school crush. And question number 11, when the gang falls asleep in the poppy field and it starts snowing in The Wizard of Oz, what harmful substance was used for the fake snow? 2 points if you get that one. If you're playing along at home, when the gang falls asleep in The Wizard of Oz, what harmful substance was used for the fake snow? Those are your questions for movies with snow. We'll be right back in just a second with the answers. We are back, everybody, with movies with snow answers. 11 questions, 11 answers. Here's number 1. Liam Neeson fights off a bunch of wolves. That movie is called The Gray. The Gray. I think this was one of his first movies after the big Taken movie came out, and people were very excited, and then it was like not that great. It's kind of a boring movie. It ends kind of weird. And I don't remember much about it, to tell you the truth. It was cold, though, and there were wolves. Number 1, The Gray. Number 2, Kate Winslet and Cameron Diaz swap houses. The Holiday. Number 2, The Holiday is that movie, one of my mom's favorites. Number 3, Sylvester Stallone as a mountain rescuer is called Cliffhanger. I never saw that movie. Cliffhanger, I think Jon Voight's the villain. Sly Stallone, pretty ripped, early 90s. Number 4, a Nickelodeon film with Chevy Chase as a weatherman, late 90s. Snow Day was that movie. This is a great film. If you have not seen it, check out Snow Day, maybe on Netflix or on demand of some kind. And Chevy Chase is kind of a really small part of it, but I think they used him in a lot of the advertisements to get people like some recognition of somebody, because there was a lot of kid actors. I think Josh from Drake and Josh is in it when he was real hefty as a little kid. But Chris Elliott, I think it's Chris Elliott, plays a tow truck driver, and he's really funny. And the whole movie's great. It's just, I love the idea of like just being off for a snow day. It really makes you feel like a kid. Number 5, Kurt Russell and company invite in the wrong dog. John Carpenter's The Thing. The Thing, Kurt Russell and The Thing. Number 5. Number 6, a superstorm hits Jake Gyllenhaal and Dennis Quaid. That's The Day After Tomorrow. The Day After Tomorrow. Number 7, Michael Keaton's a snowman. He's been so many men. Birdman, Batman, Snowman. Jack Frost was the answer. Jack Frost. Not to be confused with the Jack Frost about a killer snowman and its sequel, Jack Frost 2, which I watched a lot from 8th grade to 12th grade. Number 8, Billy Bob Thornton and Bill Paxton find $4 million in the woods. I mentioned I had to watch it in school. A Simple Plan. Pretty good movie. Very depressing. Simple Plan. Number 9, Vampires Terrorize Barrow, Alaska. 30 Days of Night is that vampire movie. Josh Hartnett. One of the last things I remember seeing him in, 30 Days of Night, and then the Sin City. Josh Hartnett. Where are you at? And number 10, Ryan Reynolds gets hot to try and get his high school crush. Just watched this with my mother-in-law the other day on Netflix. Just Friends was the movie. Still holds up a little bit. It's from like '06, so some of the jokes are kind of lame. But it is a fun movie, Just Friends. And the bonus for 2 points, what is the harmful substance they used for fake snow in The Wizard of Oz Poppy Field sleep scene? It is good old asbestos. Can you imagine just a box of asbestos flakes floating around, inhaling asbestos flakes just to have some snow? Also, the guy who originally played the Tin Man got so sick from the paint they used, that was like lead-based probably, for the Tin Man, that he had to quit the job, and they hired the next guy. And I don't know if they used a different paint or he could just handle it or what. But they did not have a lot of precautions on movies back then in the late 30s. I think it was 1939 this movie came out, if I'm not mistaken. Could be wrong. Anyway, there you go. Movies with snow. Thanks for playing along. We do this show every day or so, sometimes. So thank you for listening to today's episode. Hit subscribe so you never miss an episode whenever they do come out. And make sure you leave an iTunes review if you like the content on the show. Or let me know what you like or don't like in an email, ryanbuds@gmail.com. It's time for the question of the day, brought to you by Funky Monkey Designs of San Dimas, California. They are my sponsors, and they are awesome. If you need t-shirts printed, go to fmdesignsinc.com. Tell them Bud sent you. They'll give you a deal. In what month was JFK assassinated? That's your question of the day. Tweet me your answer at ryanbuds or email ryanbuds@gmail.com to be eligible for a prize. Yesterday's question of the day's answer was 7 for the number of holes in a Ritz cracker. And your trivia team name of the day is Show Me the Monet, M-O-N-E-T. Guys, you can save 25% by going to drewblank.com and using the code BUDS25. This guy makes awesome adult coloring books. Big Lebowski, Office, Parks and Rec. He's done it all, and he has a lot of horror merch if you have a horror fan in your life that you're shopping for. drewblank.com. BUDS25. Use that code. Thank you guys so much for listening to the show. Thanks for telling a friend, and we'll see you tomorrow for more trivia with me. Cheers.